to you weekly.
Yay!
I really look forward. They look so good.
Thank you.
They look very nice and clean.
Thank you so much.
I see the nice place there.
Secret location. We're going to provide some information about that moving forward. Not too much, but just a little bit.
Yes, that's right.
So you can partake in our new space.
That's right. Thank you so much, Christine, for calling.
So listen.
Okay, I'll continue listening in.
Thank you. And pray for me because Shea has been doing the right thing. And I've been falling off the wagon.
Now, you know, that is very interesting because I would have never thought.
Well, okay, so this is the thing. Right? So I started doing the juicing. I was doing the juicing. Actually, the chipping has only happened for the past 2 days. So I'll be a little kinder on myself.
Okay.
But so I did I did a kale, or was it a spinach? I did like a spinach and a pineapple mix one time. And then I started doing, I call it a cereal salad.
Okay.
I had it was a mixed greens with the baby spinach and the mixed greens.
Right.
And I did I put some avocados in there.
Right.
Chopped up some carrots.
Right.
I put sliced pineapples.
Okay.
And a little bit of banana. It was delicious.
It was good.
A little bit of bananas. And then
recipe.
I did that one day, and then the next day I did the same thing without the bananas, and I added Thai peanut dressing.
Come on.
Catching the Holy Ghost
Can
right
I
here,
get
right now. Yes.
Listen, thank you.
Very nice.
Write it down. So I've been doing, let's see, today is Wednesday, Good Life Wednesday. And so Monday I did a spinach, mango, and strawberry smoothie.
Woo! Okay.
Then yesterday I had spinach. I had a little bit of banana.
Sounds good.
And I had some beets.
Okay. I can't get with you on that one.
Then today
I can't get with you on that one.
I had beets, mango, and spinach.
I can't. What's up with you and the beets?
I love beets.
I can't. That's old lady. That's old lady food.
That's
like beets, okra. That's like old lady.
Well, then I guess I'm somebody's grandmother. Hello, grandchildren. I am someone's grandmother because I love beets and I love okra. I do. I am a beet. And
I can't get with you on that one.
But
I salute you in your fitness and your journey. You have to start somewhere. Do good as that's listening. You have to start somewhere. Listen. If you're trying to lose some weight, if you're trying, not even just trying to lose weight, if you're trying to be healthy, you're trying to be fit, you're trying to feel good about yourself, you have to celebrate the small steps that you take every day. Okay? You're not going to be, say you're 200 pounds today. You're not going to be 150 pounds tomorrow. But it's the little steps that you take, commitments that you make, every little meal that you make each day, every little snack that you put together each day for yourself counts.
It's consciously thinking about the small steps.
Conscious eating.
Right? Conscious eating, but not just conscious eating. Conscious thinking.
Conscious living.
Consciously speaking.
Oh, that's so good.
Come on. What are the things that are coming out of your mouth? Are you thinking before you talk?
See, that's the thing. I think I need to. Yeah, we need to talk about that today.
Are you just spewing out garbage?
Because what you say, and sometimes what you don't say, is really evident of what's going on inside you. Just like we said, the small choices that you make is still evident as to what you feel about yourself. Do you feel worthy enough to have this good life that we're talking about? And sometimes we don't feel that we're worthy of all the good things that life has to offer us. We don't. We say we want to go for it, but sometimes you may not believe that it's really for you. Sometimes you think it's for other people.
Right.
It's no. That only happens for that person. Or that's only going to happen for this person over here. But sometimes we kind of fight against ourselves, and we can get in our own way because we don't believe that we can really get to another place of health, another place of being and thinking.
Right. And I think it goes back to kind of the conversations that we've been having throughout this month about looking at other people's tests. And trying to grade ourselves based off other people's exams.
Yes.
You can't keep doing that.
I know.
Because sometimes, and I work in the public school system, and some of our students, they have people that have to read the questions to them. You don't know how a person got where they are. Some kids may get the question correctly because they have someone reading the question to them, versus if they were left to their own devices, they wouldn't understand what was going on.
Right.
So it's all about saying what it is that you want. and being honest about what it is that you want for your life, not what someone else wants for you, not what you think would be good because someone else has it.
But you got to be aware, though.
Right.
Like, are you really aware of what it is that you want? And are you able to distinguish a want between a need? And then once you're able to do that, are you really able to live in that truth and to say out loud what it is that you want in your life and need in your life?
Right.
You know, it's saying it out loud, living a bold life. You know, and I think that I don't know. I think that we are coming into that.
I think so.
You know what I mean? I think maybe 10 years ago I probably was still trying to factor in what other people wanted for me, or what other people deemed as successful, or whatever the case may be, or maybe trying to hold on to an old vision, an old goal that I had, instead of reviewing and revising. It's okay to sit down and review and revisit and revise your previous plans.
And I think everyone should be doing that regularly, because after every season, things change. If you find that things are going on in your life and you're kind of sitting there wondering, well, what am I going to do now? Then that is the time that you now have to sit and reassess some things that are going on.
Yeah, but some people are afraid to abandon their original plans.
It's not about abandoning it. It's maybe remixing it. It's not just about abandoning. You don't have to let go of everything. But if you now are living in a different area, say for instance, you lived in New Jersey, and now you move to Brooklyn, you're not going to take the same, travel path that you did when you were in Jersey.
Right.
And a lot of times we try to force ourselves to do the same thing in different situations, and it doesn't work, and then we get frustrated.
We get stuck on what we thought it was going to be.
Exactly. And then we end up thinking that, it's not going to work. And so instead of saying, well, okay, now what do I need to do now? How do I need to adjust?
Right.
How do I now, if I'm going to consciously start eating more healthily, what are some of the things that I need to do in order to always have that in my mind?
Right.
Am I going to pack a healthy snack in my bag?
Taking the time.
Exactly.
Investing.
Am I going the night before? Am I going to count out some almonds and put them in a Ziploc bag? So if I do get hungry, I'm not going to the store and getting the Twinkie. Shout out to Twinkies.
But see, that's all intertwined. It goes back, because just like you said, if you have to actually first of all, you have to be conscious that if I want to do this, these are the steps I have to take to prepare. Right. Now, if this means so now I understand that. So now I know I got to do it the night before. Now that goes back to the issue at hand that we said about, do you think of yourself worthy enough? So now, or do you feel yourself worthy enough to take that time to get up off the couch, get up out that bed and say, in order for me to be prepared tomorrow, this is what I have to do. How do you feel that you're worthy enough to make that extra time to prepare? And sometimes the things that we do is a manifestation of how we feel about ourselves.
Or the lack of preparation.
The lack of preparation. The lack of the lack of giving yourself enough time to get some rest. Giving yourself enough time to, make that snack. Giving yourself enough. If I'm going to the gym, this is going to be my first thing that I'm going to do. This is my first appointment of the day, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Putting yourself on that list. But you can't put yourself on a list if you don't feel that you're worthy enough of the attention and the time it takes to have those healthy things manifest in your life.
That's right. So
that's some good. I can't. I'm really thinking about that on the way home, because the day will go by and it's like you've done everything for everybody else, and you looking at your environment like, dang, Adiagha, all right,
it's jacked.
Yeah, okay, you got them clothes over there that you got to put away. You got, your planner. You didn't even sit down in time to put nothing in your planner. But X, Y, and Z people are expecting you tomorrow, and then you got them booked. Right?
Because you're booked.
But your life, you gotta do. What about you? Because when you're done with them, you still gotta come and live life for you. So what is it that you're doing for yourself that is gonna have a healthy impact on you? Like, you can't just keep giving and giving and giving. I mean, that's fine, but at some point you gotta make it. You gotta make it feel worthy enough to take the time to give to yourself.
Definitely.
Do-gooders, are you listening?
Yes.
Did you do something for yourself today, do-gooders?
Anything. Did you take a walk today during your lunch break?
Something to make you feel like your life is moving forward.
Exactly.
Or did you just give your day to everybody?
You can't do that. You can't do it. You're not doing yourself any good by just relinquishing all of your experiences and your love and your energy and your time to everyone but yourself.
I know.
You know, even when I do not feel like leaving the school because I know I have 8,000 things that I need to do, I always leave the building on my lunch. Even if it's just to walk around the block. Because I need to get outside. I need to just stretch my legs and clear my mind and take a few deep breaths and say, all right, so this is what I got to do once I get inside. And then I sit down and then I take another breath. And my staff knows, don't bother her when she's just sitting still.
Because that's your time.
Right.
That's your sacred time.
Exactly.
That's
you
good.
have to start carving that out.
And you know what? I like calling it sacred time.
Right.
Sacred time, whether it be, I like to be up. I don't know, somebody told me years ago that God speaks in the morning. He speaks all day long. But there's something about when the sun's about to rise, when it's quiet and everybody else is asleep. And I think for me, that's around like somewhere between 4 and 5 or something like that. You know, just that moment where you could just think about, okay, how is my body feeling today? Right. Where's my mind? Where are my emotions today? Did I wake up angry today? You know, is there any bit of sadness in me? Right. Sometimes we keep just going. You may lash out at somebody or whatever the case may be because you haven't given yourself the sacred time. So you get resentful of everything. Listen, people ask me all the time, and they say they look at because we have our own Facebook page. Right. Go Open Other Doors on Facebook. But we have our individual pages, you know, and people look at, you know, the different work that I'm doing, and they always say, Adiagha, you're always working. But people don't know what you have to sacrifice to keep working. You know, every show you take on, every project, they don't know what you physically have to do or physically have to give up, or what a doctor's appointment you had to cancel to do that show. And then so you keep on not putting yourself first, and then things happen and arise. They start stacking up. And so now I'm at a point where no. If I feel something is wrong, if I have to do, I will make an appointment.
That's right.
Even if I have a cough, the doctor will see me because I have this one body, I have this one life. Right. And you know, the experience that I've had this year and at the end of last year, and particularly this year, you know, I'm realizing that life is so precious. Life is so precious, and life is, we say it's short. You know, we only say it's short because we keep giving and giving. And time is going. And so before you know it, it's like, yeah, life is short. But, you know, sometimes we really have to take the time. You know, I have a friend called, her name is Lisa Franklin. Shout out to Lisa Franklin. She's affectionately known as Nusa Decca. Yes. And she said to me, Adiagha, relationships are my wealth.
Wow.
She said, relationships are my wealth. The friendships that I've developed, the connections that I've had, the interactions that I took the time to invest in over the years, you know, and now in her health, all of that is coming together for her at her time of need. Blessings to Nusa Decca. Love you, girl. But what you said to me was so profound. And when she said relationships are my wealth, it's like, it made me think about, am I taking the time? Right. You know,
are you investing?
Am I investing the time in myself, not just in business, because we could do business all day long.
Yeah, we're good at that.
We're good at, you know, Shea, you know me, I'm get it done. You know, but am I really taking the time to enjoy the roses, to smell the roses, to enjoy the sunshine, to, you know, call up a friend I haven't seen in a long time, let's go get something to eat, you know? There are blessings in that.
Right, there are.
You know, there's blessings in sitting here with you.
That's right.
I'm about to get teary-eyed.
Don't get teary-eyed.
There's blessings in how you use your days.
That's right. And
it can't be just all about getting the contract signed or, you know, I did this over here. And, you know, this goes back to what we said earlier a few shows back, the legacy you're leaving behind. And then for one person, in Lisa Franklin's case, Her legacy are in her relationships.
Right.
That is the wealth that she accumulated.
The people that she's touched.
The people that she's touched, the friendships, the different things that they've done together. That is, at the end of the day, that's all you really have.
That's it. That's it.
Nobody cares about all of your. It's who did you touch? What did you leave behind? How did you invest your time? And it's not just about the things that you built up and the businesses that you built up, because all you have is your name.
That's right.
That's all you got.
That's right. And I think a lot of times we get so confused because we will, look at people's lives on social media and, live vicariously through these people and stuff. But what you see them all the time, and I'll use one person for an example. I'll use Diddy as an example.
Okay.
If you look through his timeline, he's moving and shaking and going all over the place, but there's always a constant thing that you'll see in a lot of his pictures on Instagram.
And what's that?
He has, if not all of his children with him,
all the time.
He has
pretty much
at least one of them, if not all of them. He has his children standing right beside him because he's understood that all the stuff that he's doing, it would be pointless if his kids weren't by his side for them to go to the movies. I remember I would happen to be on his page during Christmas time, and he took his kids to the movies. He was like, listen, we already opened presents. We're going to the movies. And he was like, this is what I love.
This is what you want to do. And I think I heard Denzel say on Queen Latifah, this is many shows back. I don't think her show's still on. I don't know. Shout out to the Queen. No, but Denzel Washington said he never saw a U-Haul truck following a hearse.
No.
You can't take none of this stuff with you. You know what they're going to say? They're going to talk about your name and how you made them feel.
That's right.
That's what people are going to talk about.
That's right.
That is it. Everything you've accumulated is going to go to somebody, or it's going to go wherever it goes.
Right.
It's not going to.
And they might not even appreciate it the way that you wanted them to.
So human relationships are my wealth.
Yes.
The legacy did you leave behind? Taking the time to invest in yourself, making sure that you're healthy, whether it be physically or just a healthy state of mind. That is where the wealth is.
Definitely.
Definitely. You got to put yourself on the list. And when we were talking about saying what you want out loud, now going back to that original discussion, being aware of what you want.
Right.
Sometimes we're just really not aware. We just going through the motions, or we just working or whatever. And I'm gonna start exploring that a little bit more. What it is I want, and being bold enough to living a bold life, to say it out loud and not be afraid of any of the repercussions. Because, like, even for instance, I'll use relationships for example. Sometimes you'll be in a relationship, or you might be wanting to be in one with maybe a particular person, whatever the case may be, and you might just be compromising or not really just being yourself, because you're afraid to say, I don't like that. What you did right there didn't make me feel good.
Right.
Or no, I don't like how you're handling me.
Right.
And you have to be okay within yourself to say, no, this is not how this story is going to go.
Right.
And not be afraid of the repercussions. They're not going to like me anymore. This is going to rock the boat. You have to be all right within yourself to say what you want out loud and to live a bold life. And the things that you want and the things that you don't need will start to fall. The things that you don't need will start to fall away.
I posted on my Instagram page over the weekend. I was just kind of thinking, was moving around, running some errands, and this thought came to me. And on my Instagram page, if you follow me on Stiletto Beats on Instagram, I said, there's a saying that opposites attract.
Yes.
But I say positivity attracts.
Right.
Positivity attracts. You do something positive things will come back to you. You deal in positivity, positive people will be drawn to you. So it's not always about, he's the yin to my yang, or she's the black to my white. It's about, how are you positively drawing people to you? And a lot of people, I was watching a reunion show for Mob Wives.
Oh God. Were they pulling hand, knock out, TKO? Okay.
Right. And one of the girls on there, she's saying, you know, everyone's always telling me to shut up and be quiet, and I'm always getting attacked. And I've watched a few of the episodes, and I had to sit there and say, because every time you come and you around and you open your mouth, it's just smut.
It's a dark cloud.
It's dark. So that's why everyone wants to fight you, and
because that's what you're bringing to the environment. To the table. So the environment will rise up to meet you.
Exactly. So don't be mad. Don't be upset. Don't do that. Don't look shocked. Don't clutch your pearls. Yeah. You brought this.
You brought this. I'm going to say you brought it on yourself, but I mean...
You brought this to the table.
I never seen a whole lot of people... I mean, sometimes they say misery love company, and that's true. Because you might... Listen, you might run into somebody that's usually a Debbie Downer, but then they like being around you because you light up their life.
Right.
So we're not saying that those situations don't happen. But 9 times out of 10, most people who are always down in the dumps all the time, never see the end of the light or the rainbow or whatever. There's no Lucky Charms at the end of the rainbow. Right, they don't want to be around. They don't want to be around an optimistic person. No. They really don't want to do, because it just reminds them that they're not there.
Right.
So they just don't like to be around. They like, some people really do like you to cry when they cry.
Exactly.
And
all the time.
Right, all the time. And that's not always the case, you know. So no, if you find yourself always around a bunch of rabble rousers fighting all the time,
run. Just run.
No, and start assessing what it is that you're saying.
Well, first get away from them.
First get a run.
And then sit down and then look at how, when you're around people who aren't like that, what are you saying?
That is true.
You know, because a lot of times we'll just say, oh, well, you need to get away from them. No, now you need to figure out whether or not it's you.
Wait, so is it true that birds of a feather flock together?
Sometimes, but sometimes you're the big peacock in the room. Just overshadowing everything. And sometimes,
I don't want to be the big peacock in the room.
No. I want to be the positive peacock in the room. But if you find yourself, even when you're around positive people who are speaking joy and life and light, and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know. I can't. No. That's all right. I don't really understand. But why they have to do this? The water's too wet. The sand is too dry.
What Nene say on House of Atlanta? Girl, bye. Bye, child.
Right.
Goodbye. Let me help you pack your bags.
Right. It's you now. You're the weakest link. You are. And you must exit. You must. Now you need to start looking at what are the things that you need to improve on, and then start preparing. Going through that.
Thinking yourself worthy enough.
Exactly.
Do good as you listen. If you're listening, this is The Good Life on GoPro Radio Network. We are really talking about living your life out loud and thinking about and assessing whether or not you feel worthy enough to really say what you want out loud and to go for those things. Right. So what you said now, preparing, right?
Yes, preparing yourself. Starting a plan, setting a plan in motion. We set plans for everything else. We plan a road trip. We plan a vacation. We plan to, take our children to certain schools. So why can't we plan happiness for ourselves?
Plan for peace. Plan for happiness.
Right. Plan for joy.
Plan for Because
happiness is seasonal, but joy.
Help me understand that.
Happiness. You're not happy all the time.
That's true.
There's days when you're sad. There's days when you're upset, when you wake up and you're in a weird mood. You're not quite sure what it is. But when you have joy, when you're in a place where you're content, even when it's not bright and sunny.
So that's internal.
That's internal
well.
Right. Happiness is superficial.
Okay.
And it depends on what's going on around you. But joy is something that, what does the song say? The world can't give it.
And the world can't take it away.
Sure can.
Woo! All right. It's Wednesday, honey.
It is. But when you have that joy and you decide that this is how I'm going to live, I'm going to be positive. I'm not always going to be so critical of everything and everybody. I am going to try to be as supportive as I can.
True.
Those are plans that you make. That's intentional.
So my thing is, you can't be afraid now to disconnect from environments, situations, interactions that are not serving you, positively impacting your life. You cannot be afraid to disconnect.
Right.
And sometimes that could be a scary thing, especially if you've been connected for a long time, or if you've wanted to be connected, or you interactions, or maybe the environment is so every day that you're in this environment every day, and it's hard to disconnect. But you have to find ways to disconnect and not be afraid to disconnect from people, environments, and places that's really not taking you anywhere.
So what would you say to someone who may work in an environment and, that's their job? That's their career, their bread and butter. They can't, just go in there one day and say, we're cleaning house, everybody's going to be positive. What would you say to a person who works in that type of environment and they're not quite ready to leave? They love their job, they love what they do, but
but their coworkers are like
the environment. It could be coworkers, it could be just the general mood of the place. So what would you say to someone? Because I'm quite sure there's some do-gooders that are listening right now, and they want to have this. They want to be able to speak out loud and to decide on positivity. But it's definitely hard when everything around you is not.
All right, I'll give sometimes it is not all that deep.
Right.
Basic, right? So, and this is the real base. You might be like, this is so basic, but really, you got to start somewhere, because listen, in reality, people got bills to pay, and they just can't jump hop ship because my environment is negative, right?
The aura in this room.
The aura in this room, right? So, basic little things. That little screensaver on your computer. You put your nice little motivational quote up there.
Right. Some
positive images, such that during your work day you have that'll come up at some point in time.
Right.
If you're in an office, if you have a little cubicle space, you can sometimes have a little music, at a pace. Make sure that if that music is healthy and positive. There's little things. Put some flowers in your, have life around you.
Right.
Have a lot. I used to love, when I was working in Queens, I used to be a director of a youth development program, and I would love when the seasons would change, and I would go to the florist, and I would always buy different flowers for the seasons and put it in my office, because sometimes just coming in and seeing that visual made all the difference. Coming in and seeing a sunflower, coming in and seeing a tulip or something like that made all the difference in my space.
Right.
You just couldn't come up in there with a whole bunch of death talk.
Right.
With all these beautiful flowers around.
Exactly.
It was a little simple things that I would do to keep my environment somewhat, have control over my environment to the best of my ability. So I would say do that. But if you are in a position where you can make some moves, do your best. You can start, implementing programs that'll do a little bit more good than harm, I would say do that. Use your influence as best as you can. And if that means you got to go eat different places, maybe you don't go eat with during the lunch break with the same crew.
Don't go with the crew.
Maybe that has to stop. Right. Maybe you don't go to the happy hour with that crew after work is done. Maybe you don't gossip at the receptionist's desk or at the water cooler. Maybe you stop doing
it.
Maybe you stop, doing those things. And maybe sometimes with the people at work, it's just work. It's hi, I'm here, Friday, I'm done, and goodbye.
That's it.
And your happiness and your social interactions is outside of work. I don't really believe in all that mingling anyway. That's not.
I mean, some people.
But
again, that's when you have cleared the debris away from your head and your mind and your heart.
Clear the debris.
And then the one person or the two co-workers that
exactly
are cool, then you can say, all right,
you have a relationship, right? But everybody can't be. Can't.
Everybody can't come to the happy hour.
Sure can't.
No, because I don't like everybody at the happy hour.
No.
But
you can be friendly, but you do not have to I don't want to say you can be you can be cordial.
You don't have to be
and
best
friendly.
pals.
That's right.
You don't
because
have to be
just
BFFs.
you know,
this is work.
you need to evaluate. But even if it's not just work, sometimes you need to evaluate what place and spot and position is certain people should be in your life. You know, I don't want to say birds of flock together, but sometimes you're human, and sometimes you keep hearing the same thing, going to the same places, commingling with whatever. Sometimes their thoughts start becoming your thoughts.
Exactly.
And you will have last year I wouldn't approach that situation like that because I've been hanging out with Tikwa and all her friends. Shout out to all the Tikwas out there. I'm just
hey Tikwa. Don't know you, but I love you.
Tikwa, we might have a do-good. Hi, Tikwas out there. We love you. I'm just saying.
We know you mean well.
Tikwa might just be, Monday through Friday.
Right.
But Tikwa might not be, who you need on Saturday and Friday night and Saturday,
That's just a lot of saturation in my life. Especially if Tikwa is not the positive vibe that I'm trying to attract.
Yeah, we're sure there's some positive Tikwas out there. I'm sorry. We just wanted to use
Annette, Portia, whatever your name
Mary
is.
Sue, whatever. Tanya.
Helen.
Right. We equal opportunity out here. We just saying.
Right.
If you're negative,
that may not be what I need because
Right.
I am now entering in a toxic zone where everything in my life is just, I'm looking for the negativity now. I have found myself in a few instances falling into that trap. And literally,
of being negative Nancy.
when I tell you,
Shout out to the Nancys.
hey everybody, Nancy, what's going on? But sometimes you're negative. But I had to stop myself. Literally, one day I was at my school and I was in this funk, and
You didn't know how you got there?
I fell into the quicksand like Gilligan.
Oh.
And I stopped literally in my tracks in the hallway, and I took a deep breath and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not.
You didn't understand why were you didn't know.
Was just
it's one of those things where you upset and don't know where it came from. I've been there.
I wasn't just upset. I wasn't liking the kids. I was yelling, raising my voice, which most of my students in my school and outside in the 5 boroughs know I don't raise my voice. And I was raising my voice. I was rolling my eyes.
Okay.
Being nasty.
And you just had to
stop. I had to catch myself. I had to jerk myself.
What is that?
It was the other people and other energies that was pulling me down. All of the negative talk and all of the it was just gross. I literally felt like I needed to take a shower. I was not. You
weren't yourself.
I was not myself, and I had to stop. I felt like I was.
You were infiltrated at some point.
I was.
So what happened? You were spending time with these people, or
it was just the day, and me kind of just being there. They were pouring their venting their stuff out on me, and then I was looking around and seeing some of the behaviors that they were talking about, and then I started adapting their thoughts on what was going on, and then I started snapping and yelling and rolling my eyes and being very terse. And I had to stop myself.
I find that happens, with these reality shows.
Ooh.
Listen, look, come on, we're human. And sometimes, for most people, it's entertaining. But you do find yourself after a while, when you start watching that stuff, it infiltrates your being after a while. Everybody want to be the head diva. And everybody want to be the big,
You start adapting their personality.
What is it all? It's not worth it.
It's not. It's not.
It's not worth it.
And do-gooders, it's not worth it to be, the head diva or the
You got to be the only one to have all the catchphrases.
Right, or the mean girl.
Who cares how high your heels are? Do you have any friends? Do people really like you?
Do you love yourself?
Do you love yourself? What do people say about you when you're not there? Or do they just want you for what you can provide?
Or do they want you to leave?
Right.
When you walk in the room, are people waiting for you to go?
So they can talk about you.
So that they can talk about
So the party can begin.
Are they waiting for you to leave?
I don't know.
Are people holding their breath when you open your mouth because they don't want to curse you out?
Are people excited to see you? Like, yes, she's here.
Right.
He's here. Now, or they can't wait for you to leave. And you really have to be conscious. Living a conscious life.
That's right.
Living a conscious life about what you bring to the environment.
Right. Right.
You're
listening and living the good life.
Hey, shout out. GoPro Radio.
You're listening to the Good Life on GoPro Radio. Listen, callers, do-gooders, if you are listening and want to call in,
please do.
The number is 347-838-8917. Again, the number is 347-838-8917. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Callers, you can call in 347-838-8917. You are listening to the Good Life.
Hey.
Good or bad, you don't need to hang your head. Gotta make a move instead. Don't be mad. There's always a way to get.
Back. This is the Good Life.
That's right.
Too Good is. We hope we are inspiring you today. We love you so much.
We do. We
do everything we do out of love.
We want you to succeed.
Definitely. The things that we go through, the experiences that we have, we bring to the table. We're not just talking out the side of our neck. We really are telling you some things that we have been through, that we've lived through, that we're learning through. Because as you give, you pay it forward. Right. And if we could prevent somebody from making the wrong choices or going down the wrong road, then that's what we want to do. By this program, by this platform that we've been so blessed to have, we want to pay it forward. All the little nuggets of good information that we learn, and different things we learn through our life experiences. That's why we're here. We're here because we want to live the good life.
That's right.
We want to be a go-getter in every aspect of our lives.
We're by no means experts.
Heck no.
No. Don't get it twisted. We are living this. And what we're learning, we come here every Wednesday to share with you. It's not because
and figure it out
and figure it out
ourselves too.
Because sometimes last week I figured some things out.
And I had to close a chapter.
That's right.
In my life.
So You want to talk about that?
I'll talk about it. I don't care because I'm living a bold life. No, I had to say out loud to someone, and however they reacted is how I don't know how they reacted. I didn't get a response, and I didn't care, But it was basically, listen, this is how you. This is how you have treated me. Mm-hmm. This is what I will no longer tolerate. This is where I'm going, and I can't take you with me,
right? Because
I'm valuable, right? And I have worth.
That's right.
And too bad, so sad that you don't see it. Too bad, so sad that you can't step up to the plate. Right. But I'm not. A yo-yo. Right. You can pick up and put down if you feel like it. I have something of value and of worth to give. And I'm aware of that. I'm aware of who I am. I'm standing in who I am. And I will not let anyone violate that peaceful space right. that I have created right. with, games and nonsense. Right. You know what I mean? I'm okay with being by myself mm-hmm. until I can be appreciated and loved and respected and valued. And until such time, hey, I'm living a good life. I'm doing things for myself, right. And it's okay. It's knowing again. Everything is connected. It's knowing it's knowing your worth and understand. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing your worth and understanding what it is, who you are, and not letting anything, whether it be a negative thought, a negative person, somebody that's not treating you well, or somebody that doesn't value you, whether it be a friendship, a business relationship, if it's not positively impacting your life, right. if you feel that they're making withdrawals instead of deposits, right. and you're the only one depositing and your bank account is depleted, your emotional accounts are depleted, right. your psychological space is depleted, and you get nothing in return, it's time to say bye-bye.
It is. And that's so...
God bless you.
Right. And as the saying says, don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split
No
you.
love lost.
It's none. And it's none because when I see you, I'm going to treat you the same way that I did, before we fell out. I'm going to, say hello and speak to you. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to, throw you in the shade or act like I don't know you because that's not benefiting me. Mm-hmm. But... I had a similar conversation, and I basically had to say I shouldn't have to beg someone to love me.
No woman should. No person should. I don't care how what your size is. I don't care how you look. I don't care what your socioeconomic status is. I don't care what your educational status is. I don't care where you were born. We don't care how old you are. Nobody. Everybody is worthy of love mm-hmm. and respect. Why? Because you're so whatever? No, because you're a human being and you are living and breathing on this earth. Right. That is why you are deserving of love and respect and all of that. You should not have to beg anyone to do that. And when you find yourself in a position where it's like you the bleeding heart, you showing all your cards, and that person is, they playing with a whole nother deck. They got a whole bunch of jokers in the deck. How many jokers is supposed to be in a deck? 2. They got like 5 and 6.
Right. Right.
Where these other jokers? We ain't playing with the same deck.
We're playing spades and they're playing Uno.
Hello.
No, you're not going to do that.
Goodbye.
You're not going to do
and
that.
And it's okay to say goodbye. This is the thing. This goes for men and women. Sometimes we're afraid to say goodbye. Sometimes you're afraid to close a chapter because you don't know. You don't know what's down the road. You think, well, maybe it's gonna always be like this, and maybe I'm gonna always be by myself, or maybe I'm never gonna find, or maybe No, it's okay. Maybe right now is not your time or whatever. But if you keep thinking that it's never gonna happen for you, it's never gonna happen. There is a billion. How many people are in this world?
Too many.
It's a millions of billions of people, and you stuck on one in Brooklyn, and you stuck on one in Harlem, you stuck on one. Look around. There's a whole lot of people. You have to broaden your horizons, open your eyes. Maybe they did you a favor by not being kind. Maybe they did you a favor by not being around. Maybe they did you a favor by not calling you and saying sorry. Maybe they did you a favor by disappearing. Maybe that was a blessing that you don't know right now. You don't know.
Because here's the thing. The people and do-gooders and Adiagha, I know that you're going to agree with me on this. The people that we've been spending time begging to love us,
please,
when they do get around, it's all sorts of crazy, all sorts of instability, all sorts of, I wonder if he's telling the truth.
50 Shades of Grey areas.
And I'm not talking about bondage.
No, we're just saying, like, when you gotta sit. Okay, listen.
If I'm constantly questioning what you're doing when you're with me, when you're physically with me, and I'm wondering what you're doing, I don't want you around anymore.
And don't take. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. This is to all our do-gooders, the women and the men, because we know we got some bleeding hearts out there, men who are good guys and who maybe are trying to date somebody and the sister not treating you right, and vice versa. So this is for the men and the women.
Right.
You know, listen, you can't keep. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to be the stand-up woman you are. You want to be the stand-up guy you are. But at some point in time now, you got to look that thing in the eye and see things for what they are. You can't, when I say keep sprinkling the fairy dust on people, stop sprinkling the fairy dust on people. What does that mean? What does that mean? Stop reading into they didn't call you because they don't want to call you. They not spending time with you because they don't want. They not making it plain because they want to keep you up in the air, keep you confused so they can figure out their other options. It is what it is. Stop sprinkling the fairy dust and making situations out to be something that is not. They ain't there because they don't want to be there. Plain and simple.
When you die, you're not gonna have a martyr on your tombstone. It's not gonna be written on there. A martyr for love. She died because Jacob didn't want to be with her and she gave her all to Jacob. It's not going to say that.
What's it going to say?
It's going to say your name, the day you were born,
a big dash,
and a dash, and the day you died. It's not going to say she did it all for love. Stop it. Stop making yourself a martyr for love.
I can't.
There's no award for it.
No.
No one's going to applaud you. You won't get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Mm-mm. People are just going to look at you like you're crazy.
Right. It's okay, fine. You didn't get all right, you didn't get to party with the one you want to party with. Right? But you can always have another party.
Party by yourself.
You can always have another party. It's okay. The party don't stop. The party doesn't have to stop because that person don't want to be in the party no more.
Here's the thing. Can you party with yourself for a minute first?
I mean, yeah, you could.
No, because see, I think a lot of times we try to get all these people around us, even people that don't mean us any good, because we don't know what it is to be happy with just ourselves.
You have to know that you are worthy. Listen, no man is meant to be alone. I'm not saying be alone.
Don't do that.
All I'm saying is know your worth and stop giving your time and attention to people that's not worth it, and stop sprinkling the fairy dust. I will keep saying that to the day I die.
That's right.
Stop sprinkling the fairy dust on people. Stop trying to you creating them into something that they not. Who they are is what they are. What they said to you is what they said. What they did is what they did. Don't try to read the fine print underneath the little footnotes at the bottom. Look at it for what they said is what they said.
Exactly.
How you heard it is how you heard it. How you felt is how you felt.
And
stop sprinkling the fairy dust.
If they were that interested in changing your mind, they would have done so.
They would have done so.
If they were that interested in how you felt, they would have taken those things into consideration before they did it.
Exactly. They would be like, you know what, this person is too precious for me to lose. Let me straighten up and fly right.
Kick rocks.
And if they haven't done it and it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they still trying to make up their mind, then you the fool for sitting there
waiting
while you sprinkling the fairy dust.
Waiting.
Clicking your heels.
Waiting.
Hoping.
Waiting.
Walking down the yellow brick road.
Waiting.
Stop it.
Just waiting.
This world is too big to be stuck on one.
It is. It is so big.
Too big to be stuck on one. Live a bold life. Fine. It didn't. Okay. The plan that you had, didn't work out that way.
Listen.
It's all right. Take off that party dress. There's another party dress in there.
Remix it.
Get on the ones and twos.
Remix it. I said remix it. Remix
Have a new party.
Bad Boy Records did all they did were remixes.
All they did and platinum hits. More money. Remix it.
They had 3 remixes for one song.
Life is all about the remix.
It is all about that's on the Instagram, everybody. That's on the Instagram.
Life is all about the remix. Remix it. The original is great. The original is cool. But the remix is popping.
That's right.
But you stuck on the original. Okay. You know, it's all right. It's okay to do the remix. You gotta be open. You have to be open for the remix.
Yes.
The remix could be right around the corner, but you stuck looking at the original.
You stuck playing
crying.
The 45s.
The 45s. We done moved to digital.
Right.
We good. You know, we keep that on the shelf though. We look at it longingly, the 45s. We dust it off sometime.
Right.
But it don't get played.
No. Stop playing the 45s.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some things just gotta sit up on the shelf and be
right.
the antique that it is.
Right. And it's okay.
It really is okay.
Appreciate it for what it was.
And it's all right.
And now it's time to move forward.
It's time for the remix.
It is.
Shout out to Diddy.
Hey Diddy.
You kept the remixes
you taught
going.
Us.
Platinum
you taught us
hits.
well. You taught us well.
You are listening to The Good Life. Listen, do-gooders. We love y'all, man.
We do.
We tell you that life is about, TGL is about a commitment to a lifestyle of resourcefulness. You got to know how to keep it moving and keep it ticking and find another alternative way to keep a smile on your face. All right? So listen, do-gooders. Be determined to be a do-gooder. Put that goal in sight and go open other doors for yourself and ultimately for others. Because remember, whatever you want in life, what you can do?
You can have it.
You really can have it.
You can have it, everybody.
You can have it. So our do-gooders are what? Go get it.
That's right.
So get up, y'all. Get up and go get it.
Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great weekend. We love y'all.
All right.